Hey there, fellow necromancers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Death Cult, episode 51, Death March. Alright, as you can see, I'm nudging things around here so that I have more space for hospital beds. Oops, not that. In Biofuel Refinery, we will make from wood until we have 1,000. So we have wood storage right next to it, and then chem fuel storage next to that. Pretty streamlined, I think. Hey, Frenchie, thank you for the resub. Okay, Avalka, you need to sleep. You're like a little overdue, in fact. But once she's up, she is going to be psycho-fluided like crazy. So the plan is, craft better gear is still in the works. I just can't seem to find plasteel. And then once Avalka's death rest is done, I'm going to provoke the void, unless something comes up. And the double Nabla is going to Maxu. So we got a little barn, and that way the animals can eat year-round. I don't think, however, I care to clean the floor in there. So we'll use straw, but I don't care if it gets dirty. Jazz still has 10 days left on death rest. So it should be plenty of time to provoke the void and then deal with it. Hopefully, deal with it and then rest afterwards. Just harvest that early. I don't care. Oh, but you're not able. And this detector got built? Good. Alright. Looking pretty good. So transport pods is about 2/3 done research. Crackhead is trying to find more ground scanning. Oh, there we go. Steel is also really far away. Can you scan something close to the base? Now I'm just being picky, but seriously, I don't want to run halfway across. Alright, hold up. Who is closest? Jazz. Jazz, the Sanguiphage, is probably not the best person to set fires. Skyra can't do violence. Brady, it'll be you. I don't really need Bioferrite, so I'm not going to bother shock lancing a Bulb Freak. Oh, you have a shield belt. Alright, Carthrin, get over here. There they come. You know, honestly, I don't even think I need shooters. Carthrin, you stay. You don't do anything but shoot, but everyone else can go away. Now, I do have one open spot for something. So I'll try to capture something if I can. But what's going to be nice in this fight is any of the dread leather that I want. 9 Neanderthals, Fugu Fueg. Yeah, once I get transport pods up, well, it depends on where it is, I suppose. Because I would need to horseback my way back. But once I get transport pods, I could consider stuff like that. Because I have 5 horses, so, you know, 4 ghouls and a ghoul handler being sent out to go murder Neanderthals seems fine. Alright, Major Mildew is going to go lure them into the maze. Come on. Come on, flesh freaks. Because once they, like, corpse explode, they kind of forget what they were doing at times, and when they lose track, they, like, don't come through the maze anymore. As you can see. The other way to do that... Actually, you know what? I don't mind just, like, duking it out with the remainder. Because we'll maybe end up with more corpses. Carthrain, Miracle Heal, and hit Salamander. Really? They're not even coming after me? Fine. I'll go after you then. What is an Archite capsule? So if you want to implant Archite genes, you need an Archite capsule per Archite gene. So Archite genes would be... Oh, nice. He has a flesh tentacle now. Archite genes would be like Deathless or Senescence or, you know, one of those genes that vampires have, essentially. So these genes. These sort of like yellow genes at the top. These cannot be implanted in people without Archite capsules. So if you want one of these super powerful genes, you need an Archite capsule for implantation. So a single capsule is not that helpful. That, and also, I don't have a lot of Archite genes to even implant in the first place. I have none. So it wouldn't be that great for me. That stuff is only really helpful if you're trying to design a better single phage. If you're trying to, like, redo single phage and make a better blood feeder, then that's something you would want. So there was a tough spike. Rekka, do you do... you don't really do medicine. Come on, I'm gonna have you do it anyway, because Jazz is scared of fire. And we'll get some... Oh, there's another one. So execute this. If given the chance, I always like to execute the finger spikes, because if a finger spike ever gets out, the moment you touch it, it will explode and disappear. So the chance of you being able to recapture it is very low. Plus, they're not worth much. Thank you, Jazz. Jazz, you can practice the medicine here. Murderous prisoners. 4 prisoners for 6 days. They're all paralyzed. Okay. I'll have you guys vote on that in a second. And also the Marauder camp. So, should I do the Marauder camp quest? It might be more effort than it's worth, my 2 cents. So here's the Marauder camp quest. It's about 1,200 in rewards. My issue with it is if I was to pod there, the cost of the steel components and chem fuel for the pods might not even pay for the quest. But if you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'll, like, kind of break even. Might be exciting. The thing is, I won't be provoking the void if you have me do these quests. It's either provoke the void or do these, like, kind of not worth that much quests to do. So, keep that in mind as well. So we have some tough spikes to butcher. But yeah, those pit entities are really easy to deal with if you just, like, burn them. I'm glad all the fire was kept free from the ambrosia, too. I have... How much ambrosia do I have now? 513? How far is the quest? Oh, I don't get to know that unless I accept it. I could always accept it and then take a look. But it looks like you guys don't want me to do it anyway. Because it would mean that I wouldn't be void provoking. So I ought to have enough for locust armor. And a recon helmet. So recon helmet will be anything 90 plus. Made by only Crackhead. Same with the locust armor. Or, you know what I could do is any worker that is like 16 plus. That way it's more future-proofed in case I get like a really good other crafter. Okay, we're not going to do the Marauder quest. If you wanted to know where it was... because there's no penalty for not doing it. It was a day and a half away to the west, so a 3-day round trip unless I use transport pods. The way I usually think about this stuff is like, I think about the opportunity cost of like losing enough colonists to manage 9 Neanderthals for 3 days, right? Because that's not a... That has a cost associated. You know what I mean? All right, we also have mech hives coming in, so everybody inside. This is very ghoulable. Kill them with ghouls. Oh, you know, it's too bad I don't have the dead life. Actually, I might be able to dead life shell anyway. Jazz, I'm gonna try something. Caravan. Okay, Moxie, you're closest. Close the fire trap for me, thank you. And Jazz, go grab a shell and prep it in here. And then, Jazz, Grab frag grenades. It'd be a lot easier if I had IEDs, but I don't. That should be enough. Alright, mechs. Come at me. Got my own little defense force. In fact, Lordex. I kind of don't want the Shamblers wandering around in my base, so I'm going to close these doors. I don't think it's going to really stop them. But now, the only valid target I have for those mechs are these Shamblers that are up. That's why I've been pooling corpses in there. Because of the benefit of being able to just do that. I hope. Hey, Major Mildew, I'm going to send you to go piss off the mechs, because I don't know if the Shambler's going to be up and alive. And there's no flame-based mechs up here, so if he gets killed, it's not a problem. I just need to provoke the mechs into an attack. Oh, yeah, they're beginning their attack. Good. The HP of these guys, they're standard HP. They're like standard Shamblers. They're just very temporary. So they're alive for 3 or 4 more hours, which is why I really wanted the mechs to move towards me. So it's a little tricky to time. Good dodging. Come on, Shams. Come on, don't kick dirt in my eye. Alright. Just... Oh, Skyra. Okay. This is interesting. I don't think that they should be on my scheduler. This seems wrong to me. Let's Skyra get out of there. So I'll just revive Major Mildew. It's a very, very cheap cost. Meaning, let's make 1 more serum. I'm trying to keep 4 serum at all times, so I'll just make an extra serum. So here we go. Shamblers got pissed. They're only up for another 3 hours, but that should be enough to do some serious damage to these mechs. If they're smart enough to actually path through the mechs. It's like kind of a nasty bottleneck that they are in. I think what I'll do is I will contribute to this fight with my other ghouls. Because the Shamblers are going to despawn in seconds here. But yeah, I like that defense. Be easier if it was an IED, because then I could just punch the IED rather than have to like grab a frag grenade and throw it or whatever. But after I get transport pod research going, I'll get IEDs. I'm going to turn the research benches back on. Alright, colonists, you want to join me? Jazz will send you out too. Are my plants burning? Not quite yet, but they will be soon. Given that I have 500 ambrosia, like, I really don't care. They can burn all they want. Makes virtually no difference to me. Alright, shamblers are down. Lord X, go around and go from the front. Oops, broke part of the base. So the only issue with this zombie setup was that it was a little messy getting bottlenecked in there, where the mechs didn't have access to move towards more shamblers because of the one wide entryway. This was a very much an experimental defense, and I would say, like, largely it kind of worked. And it's not for much cost. It was very cheap to do that. All right, unrestrict. Unrestrict. Grab those components. And then Crackhead, or Carthrain, because you don't do anything but fight. Grab a serum. Hit mildew with it. And the reason I did that is fire does nothing to mechs. They don't care about fire traps, so I figured, why not shambler traps? Seems to work pretty well. Yeah, ideally what you would want is, like, you would want them to trip the ID so that they resurrect all the shamblers when they're already surrounded, or something like that. The other thing that you could do is to lure them in here, right? To, so put like an ID, so something like this, where you have a door here and a door here. Why is there limestone blocks there? I don't know. And have IDs here and here, and then have ghouls punch those IDs once you've lured them to your entryway. I think that would work better. Yeah. So if we want that, I'll design that for that. So I'll put some auto doors in there because they open and close quicker. And in fact, I'm going to replace the other 3 doors with auto doors as well. Ooh. Did the humanity break? Oh no, I think it was just Berserker chiefs have really crazy high resist. So Gelos is about to be recruited. Oh well, I don't care about his resist because I'm enslaving him. Yeah, so his resistance doesn't matter at all. Wave, thank you for the resub. Removing small skeletons of the trap to get bulky ones? I think it's just... I don't think that's worth the effort. It really is just a numbers game. Shamblers are shamblers, you know? They win because the things get swarmed, not because there's stronger corpses. If you start filtering for corpses, you'll drive yourself insane, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's just more effort than it's worth. Like 1,000-fold more effort than it's worth. In my opinion. Alright, so we'll rework that area a little bit. Ivalka should be up pretty soon. And then when she's up, we'll provoke the void. Jazz, nice. You now have a flesh mass stomach, so no gut worms and no food poisoning. Does cause a little bit of pain, though. But, yeah. Oh well. Small price to pay. So fire traps are almost reset. There is a little bit of repair that needs to be done. So we'll home zone it. And then we're getting the uranium, fireproof uranium outer doors here, and I'll do that for the other spots as well. Crackhead's rolling out the recon armor. Nice. And Salamander will be enslaved very soon. I don't, however... So how many beds do I have? I have 1, 2 beds for non-slaves. I don't really care if slaves share bedrooms, so I'll probably stick all the slaves in the same bedroom. Because why not? Save some space. Ooh, silver mining site. That's a lot of silver. So fire traps just about reset. I'm going to wait until Vodka hits 100% death rest. And then we'll be provoking. Change the slave beds? Yes. So because a lot of the ID traps are all down to timing, I'm opting for auto doors. Normally I don't use auto doors if I can help it because they break down and require components, and that can get expensive if you use a lot of them. But because of the tight timing it requires to set these off, I'll put IEDs here, but I can punch to be able to resurrect. Let's make a few more Dead Life shells. So I'll do 4 total shells. So I'll just do until I have 5, let's say. All right, let's take a look at that psychofluid rush. So sensitivity is 100% and then another 50% for the psychophage. So what is your total sensitivity now? 401%. Yep. That sounds about right. These doors become wood, strangely. And then this one will become uranium. I think before I do the Provoke the Void, I might as well just do a skip abduction. Avaka just got up, so have her flex by ripping someone from where they are to where we are. Sounds fun. That's an interesting name. You are yet another impet. I don't know what I'm eventually going to do with you. What I'm going to do with you right now is cut your legs off and scan you. Might be colonist material in the future. A little old, but that's fixable. And Salamander is enslaved. Raffle timer's up for Salamander the Slave. So, Sal, You already have a flesh tentacle, so I don't need to force. I don't need to force you to mutate, which is what we've been doing to everyone else. You are more or less. Oh, well, you grow in plant cut, so you grow plant cut and craft. It's not a terrible combination. You're gonna wear slave stuff. I also need to overwrite your blood bag. So let's put, what do we want to give it? Fire resistant wouldn't be terrible, so that he can put fires out. Dead Calm is still pretty useful. I wish it wasn't paired with Delicate, but oh well. Because Never Social Fighting is kind of nice as well. Nearsightedness, because I really don't want them to be shooting at anything. Unattractive is fine. The less we like them, the better. Poor shooting. And we've hit complexity max. So is there anything that I'm missing that I would rather have? No. Or, you know, I could just do unhappy. I'd rather just unattractive. And poor shooting. So make a fire-resistant slave that... yeah, a fire-resistant slave. I don't really have a lot of other stuff that matters. I haven't gotten the gene processor tech yet, so I can't do anything more complex than that. You're not allowed to drink, friend. So that ain't for you. Put that down. Okay. Taking a look at the progress of the others. Snaz. Let's cut your legs off. Gelos is 0 resistance away, so Gelos will be probably in the same raffle timer. But Twitch will take some time yet. I'm gonna wake Jazz up to talk to Gelos. And Gelos has joined. So Gelos, being a full-fledged colonist, oh, you have an interest in the arcane. I like it. Let's move you up here. And Gelos is going to be our first brawler. Gelos will also require a new Xenogerm because they're blood-backed. So we're raffling off the slave and Gelos, but I'm going to raffle Gelos off to the first winner. And Snaz is all set to be stuck in here, being legless and all. Let's hope I get very fast runner. Oh, also, you are going to be blood-fed. Lest I forget. Okay, this trap room is other than the ID, is pretty much all set, which is nice. So, Gelos, your name now is Air Dog. And then slave. You are... maybe Kitty? I'll give you your own name. But if you want to change your name, use the Chatterport Redemption for the character names. And I can change it for you. So once I redo the Xenogerms, we'll provoke the void. I renamed the wrong colonist? That I did. Oops. Of course I did, right? There we go. So, Airdog, you are, I think, a good brawler, if I recall. I might need to create 2 Xenogerms to figure out what he's actually good at, because I overwrote it, and it's difficult to tell now. Also want another ceremonial hood or Airdog. Well, maybe I don't really need one, because we're rolling out recon helmets. Oh, more Jersey Bears. Well, ain't that novel? Mechs inside. People inside. Jazz, you're not gonna enjoy this because you're scared of fire, but... Oh god, these visitors are just so dead. Oh boy. I'm thinking I probably don't need to involve anyone but the ghouls. I doubt this is going to be a fight for shooters. Well, thank you, bears, for the goods. I got some free weapons and mortar barrels out of that. One of them made it out. Hopefully he goes to tell the others that it wasn't my fault. Because, honestly, it wasn't. And then some of the bears came in and are already on fire. They don't make it very far in this maze. Well, that's very easy for me to deal with. Did the Xenogerm finish? It did. Alright, so I'm gonna make just a generic Xenogerm. We'll just do unattractive for Airdog, so I can figure out what Airdog's good at. And have Airdog get Xenogerms that are applicable. But Kitty, your Xenogerm is all set. So implant the slave into you. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Death Cult, which originally streamed live on Twitch, June 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow cultists.